Welcome back to Croch80hd. I'm your host, Jackie. If this is your first time visiting my channel, I consider you a one-hit wonder. I'm glad you're here. If you are a repeat offender, a member of the GlamFam, how do you spell relief? So today's episode is a podcast. I am going over everything that I did in February and some thoughts on what's happening in March. I really did a good job, I think, last month of showing you kind of everything I was working on, or all the things that were actually taking place in February. So there's not really going to be much of a review, but I do have some notes. And yeah, let's sort of hop into it. So for my finished objects, I did become a little obsessed with making the bougie sweatshirts. So I've made a total of 3, but 2 in February. This last one here being the short sleeve version, and Hetty is just so cute. Let me tell you why I love Hetty, aside from the fact that, you know, Hetty is awesome and yeah. She is a model that you can adjust to be your size. So everything that looks really good on her, by extension, looks good on me. So all right, so there was the bougie sweatshirts. I also finished my February inspiration shawl, which I got to use the my brain is there. Okay. And I'm looking at my notes because everything I think that I made last month, I was able to participate in some sort of make along. So the 2 bougie sweatshirts were part of the bougie sweatshirt cowl that is being hosted by Casey at Young Folk Knits. They also qualified for the Grocery Girls Raglan Along and the Knit Picks Smash That Stash. So, I was very excited about that. And of course, you know, my shawl, my inspiration shawl was also my shalalalong. Speaking of which, I'm still working on my second shawl. And I think I'm going to make other second shawl, because it's going to be quick and easy, and I just kind of want to get it out of the way, because again, this other shawl that I'm working on requires like mondo focus, and as of late I haven't been able to, because of the thing I'll talk about in a minute. Okay. I finished the cowl me, and there's a picture. I think that's pretty much my finished objects. I can't think of anything else. So, works in progress. My first spring project is the Sagebrush tank top by my girl Grace for the frills. I'm using it is Holst Coast yarn in the color Duck Egg. And here it is so far. Now Coast is the one that is, let me get my, there we go. It is 55% wool and 45% cotton. And it's soft. It's a little stiff right now, but I know that after it blocks, it's just going to relax and be like amazingly soft. And I'm holding 2 strands together. And I think I'm about maybe 30% done, because it's made, you know, horizontally. And this right here, so here's the strap and here is the front neckline, and I'm starting to do the increase for the other side of the neckline. But yeah, and I've been working on it just for a few days, and this is a size has rubbed off. It's a 4mm, and I'm enjoying this so far, by the way. And if y'all can hear that, I apologize. That would be Peggy. She's at the back door howling at the moon. So that's my first spring project. My second one, which does come directly off of my Make 9 list, which is the Rose City Rollers, is a pair of no-show shorty knit socks. And I had already planned to start making those I was going to work on it in the hot months because they would be small. But my husband has fallen in love with this sock company, a sock company. And he was just trying to tell me all about how awesome and wonderful it was. And, you know, now all of our ads that are playing while I watch YouTube videos are of this sock company. But the latest ad that he'd gotten was about the... I don't know if y'all can hear that, but she said, "Arr, whoa, whoa, whoa." Peggy, hi. Yeah, how you doing? You want to sit with me? No? You sure? Come on. Yep. All right. There's Peggy. There she is. She's so loud, y'all. She's so loud. Oh, socks. Okay, so the latest advertisement is for some socks that contain merino wool. And I said, okay, look, I have personally never worn knit socks, but I feel like the way he describes those socks is going to be very close to how I've heard people talk about how good knit socks feel. So I brought him some colors to choose from, and he chose some colors, and I started a pair of socks for him, and I forgot to bring it. Editing Jackie will, you know, she'll do her thing. I will say this much. Knitting takes forever. Like forever. Forever. Okay. But I'm gonna right now the goal is one sock, because with one sock he'll be able to try it on and see how it feels and all of those things. And then I can, you know, dive into the second pair. Now my only fear is he's going to love the socks and then want more. Which I guess is a good problem to have, but as I was saying before, knitting takes and now I'm understanding, like, the bougie sweatshirt cowl, right? People, it started at the end of December and it's going until the end of March. And I'm like, wow, I've cranked out 3 sweaters, sweatshirts, what have you. And I still, again, have the strong urge to do another one, which I could totally do. I could probably do 2 more, but I'm not. And I understand now, because crocheting, it's like you literally blink and it's half done. You blink twice, it's done. And the second one is already started. So, knitting takes forever. My guest has left. She'll probably continue to serenade me from far away. Third work in progress is actually a former UFO. The only reason why I even found this, I say found it, okay, I knew where it was. So I knew that there was a project in this bag, but I just didn't remember what it was. And after Not Hetty, y'all remember Not Hetty, after she saw the tank top that I was working on, she said, "Is that for me?" And I'm like, why? I said, no. And she said, "But I'd like one." And I said, "Okay, what would you like it to look like?" And then she was like, "We can have matching." I do not need somebody else looking better in something then I no. So anyway, she said, well, I'd like something purple. Anyway, I pulled this out, and last night I showed it to Not Hetty, and she loves the colors because it's the colors that she asked for, but I wasn't sure, and I wasn't going to make any. So here's what I had, or here's how much of there was to it when I pulled it out of the bag. So this was its UFO status, if you will. So apparently I had started making a Tunisian simple stitch tank top. I've got ribbing down here at the bottom. This is a Karen cotton cake in the color Wild Blueberry. This is 60% cotton and 40% acrylic. 530 yards. I don't think they make these cakes in the same size. Basically it was just a rectangle, and she said yes, she liked it, and I said okay. So I started to add some shape to it. Now I think, looking from here, I think it might be a little lopsided now that I'm looking at it, but anyway, so I've added shape. Here's the strap, and I'm now working on the back end. I'm not using a pattern, or I don't have this is not a written pattern. This is coming up out of noggin. And, das ist sehr gut. I love the colors in this yarn, and I'm kind of impressed with how this is talking to these, and the hook is talking to the yarn, and we're making something. So it's made in, it's made flat because I don't do in the round. And again, I'm trying to figure some stuff out at the same time, because at some point I need to connect these two so that I can make the back panel. But so far I don't hate it. Again, I feel like this one is a little bit wider than this one. Yeah, I'm going to have to measure that. It's been languishing probably since, I want to say probably since last June or July, maybe May. I worked on that for a couple of hours yesterday, and I got pretty far. See what I mean? Look what I can do. Look what can be done in the same amount of time that it took me to make this much, this much, that much of a leg part of a sock in knitting. And now, oh, okay, so I'm working with 9-inch circular because I've tried magic loop, I've tried DPNs. So the 9-inch circulars make the most sense because you just, you're moving around and around and around. And yes, it's very small. And editing Jackie is going to put in all of this stuff so you can see it, because otherwise I just look like a crazy person. Anyway, but when you start doing the heel part of the sock, it's best to use to use the double pointed needles. And because apparently I'm special, I have like pickup sticks, variety number. I got a whole lot of double pointed needles. I bought them on Amazon last year sometime. And I have almost every size except for the size that I need. So I'm using smaller DPNs for the heel. So I'm pretty much trying to knit with skewers. No, these are toothpicks. They're so skinny, but they're bamboo. So I'm trying to watch my tension and not stab myself, and remember that I love that man that I have spent 24 years with. So I'm trying to do the thing, but like I said, in that same amount of time that it took me to make this little bitty thing, I got straps and, you know, what do you call this? The boobage? What is it? Whatever this part is on the tank top. And straps in the same amount of time. Knitting just takes forever. I'm not knocking knitting. I'm just stating a fact. It takes forever. Next, we're gonna move on to stuff I got. Seriously, I brought nothing with me. Okay, I bought a hook case because I needed something better for my Tunisian crochet hooks. I had put them inside of it's a Sizzix case, which Sizzix is for scrapbooking. And while it does have like the little elastic thing that would hold the things in, they were a little too big. So sometimes, and there was no closure on the bottom. So a lot of times my hooks would fall through. And I got this cute little thing off of somebody's D-stash and I love it. I really want to get another one for my other hooks. I love it. I feel like it's like my best friend now. It's really weird, but I really love it. Anyway, I was looking for a new local to me dyer since, you know, I no longer have a local yarn shop that I can visit. Her company is Fleur de Stitched and she's out of Baton Rouge, which is about 2.5 hours for me. Anyway, I bought some minis because what I want to do, or my thought was to put them in a box and forget about them and then to open them up like a timeline, whatever, you know what I'm talking about, where you can count down and open up. Fancy word goes here. I don't know. Anyway, let me show you what I have. And she was having a sale and none of these are labeled. I don't think any of these are labeled, but these are really, really pretty. And this is the first time I've actually had minis, like official minis. So that was fun for me. And I like these colors together. And then there's this one. And I don't know. And I feel like I can put together my own like gradient calendar or something. Calendar. Advent. I don't know. I got a bunch of different colors, but also because, you know, she is Louisiana. LSU. I don't follow LSU. LSU. I'm simply a resident and a citizen, not a fan. And she's got this one, which is a full skein, and it's called Lime Wire. And one thing that she had that I had been wanting to get forever are her stitch markers. And I like that her stitch markers are for both knitters and crocheters. Let me see if this will even show up. So there is a Mardi Gras mask. There, a fleur de lis. And last but not least, Louisiana. And I'm not even on the States. So, okay, so here's New Orleans down here. There's Baton Rouge here. And I live right here underneath this bridge. I made myself real sad just then. Anyway, I love these, and yeah, I can't wait to use them. So I think I'm going to put them together in a, I don't know, open them once a day, whatever, because my memory is so bad that I'll forget what's here anyway. And that's what's fun. And I got the idea from watching Marquita Makes. She did a countdown to winter, and I was like, oh, I want to do a countdown to spring. I think that ship may have sailed. Yeah, I think I'm actually a little bit late to that one. So maybe I'll do a countdown to summer. There, I'll do that. Countdown to summer. Woo, woo, woo. Let's talk about thoughts and ideas for March. I started making, okay, so, let me, so I'm looking back at my Make 9, and I don't know if I'm doing well or not, but like looking back at it, I got specific like with the patterns that I was using, but I feel like looking at it now, this was more of like an inspiration. So on my list, I actually had 2 t-shirt crochet patterns, but, oh no, 3. Yeah, 3. But this is a t-shirt, so it counts, right? Right? Like, even though it wasn't the pattern that I had chosen, it's still something in that vein. So I feel like that should count. What am I saying? That counts. So that means I've gotten my bulky sweater, or my non-bulky sweater, out of the way, which was my first bougie sweater, and I've gotten a t-shirt style top done, so that covers that. And looking at the other things that are on here, I wanted to start looking at making spring stuff, because here in Louisiana today I got my first snow cone of the season, y'all, because the snow cone stand opened today and it's been 80 degrees, so I need to start thinking spring and summer. And with that in mind, I would still like to make another t-shirt, and I printed out the pattern for the tessellation tee, which I think I still want to make. I don't know. I mean, I do like the sweater. I don't know how I'm feeling about, I guess, the part of the tee that makes it the tessellation tee, the what are they? The pennants, the triangle things. I mean, I've seen, different people, different shapes, sizes wearing it. And I feel like it may not be overly flattering on me. But if I don't make that one, I think I might make her, because it's a Stephanie Aaron pattern. And I think if I don't make that one, I might make it's called the Favorite Baseball Raglan, which is just, a basic raglan baseball t-shirt. Yeah, that was smooth. That just came right on out the mouth. Okay, so aside from that, I'm working on the socks, and I have 2 shawls on my list. I got to get creative with this one, because the autumn garden cowl shawl, it has, I forget how many colors it has in it, but I feel like the way it's broken down, I could essentially work it over a few months. So maybe like September, October, November. And in doing that, maybe use the calendar inspiration for those 3 months and, have it all finished in one project. Does that make sense? I don't know. I feel like this list is kind of stressing me out, and I know it's not supposed to be that way. I'm trying to think, but I've got just, it's like things and ideas, and I'm like, oh yeah, I could do that. I could do that. It's like, I feel like I'm Superman. And when I say Superman, I mean, yeah. I'm back. Okay. Okay. Well, I think think that's it. Okay, if you have enjoyed this video, please like this video. If you want to stick around and become a member of the Join Fam, if you want to stick around and become a member of the Glam Fam, you can do that by clicking that subscribe button, and don't forget to rock that notification bell. Until next time, I've been Jackie.